In the year 3150 BC in Egypt, there was a king who oppressed people and declared himself to be God. He was drunk with pride. This man's name was Musa bin Walid, whom we know today as Pharaoh. Pharaoh had enslaved the Israelites, Bani Israel, and treated them with great cruelty. Years passed under Pharaoh's rule, and his oppression only increased. One day, he overheard people talking that a boy would be born among the Israelites, who would overthrow Pharaoh's kingdom. Pharaoh thought that people had either seen a dream, or that it was some prophecy from their scriptures. But one day Pharaoh himself saw a dream, that a fire came from Jerusalem and burned down all the houses of Egypt, except the children of the Israelites were unharmed. Terrified, Pharaoh woke from his sleep and gathered all his magicians and priests to tell them about this dream. They said, "A boy will be born among the Israelites, and the Egyptians will be destroyed at his hands." Upon hearing this, Pharaoh ordered that every boy born among the Israelites should be killed. From then on, every boy born to the Israelites was killed. But one day, an economics expert told Pharaoh, "The old men among the Israelites are dying, and if we keep killing the boys, soon there will be no men left to serve as our slaves and laborers. We should make a policy. One year we kill the boys, and the next year we let them live." Pharaoh agreed to this plan, and it began to happen that way. The year when the boys were spared, the mother of Prophet Musa, Moses, peace be upon him, became pregnant and gave birth to his brother, Prophet Harun, Aaron, peace be upon him. But in the following year, when boys were to be killed, Musa, peace be upon him, was born. His mother feared he would be killed. Then Allah revealed to her, "Nurse him, and when you fear for him, put him into the river. Do not be afraid and do not grieve. We will return him to you and make him one of our messengers." She obeyed Allah's command. She placed baby Musa into a basket and set it afloat in the Nile River. By Allah's decree, the basket floated to the shore near Pharaoh's palace. Servants picked it up and brought it to Pharaoh's wife. She was a pious and kind-hearted woman. The moment she saw Musa, Allah filled her heart with love for him. She had no children of her own and wished to adopt him as her son. She asked Pharaoh to let her keep the child, and he agreed, astonished at the deep affection his wife showed for the boy. Musa, peace be upon him, grew up in Pharaoh's house, showing that Allah is the true Lord and can raise his prophet even in the house of his enemy. Allah granted Musa strength and knowledge of the faith. One day, Musa saw an Israelite being beaten by some Egyptians. The Israelite asked Musa for help. Musa stepped forward to defend him, and in the process, accidentally struck one of the Egyptians so hard that the man died. Musa was deeply troubled, feeling he had made a great mistake. He immediately prayed for Allah's forgiveness, which was granted, for Musa had no intention to kill, only to help the oppressed. The next day Musa saw the same Israelite involved in yet another quarrel. Musa said to him, "You seem like a quarrelsome man." Thinking Musa might harm him as he had the Egyptian, the Israelite cried out, "Will you kill me as you killed that Egyptian yesterday?" The Egyptians overheard this and reported to the authorities that Musa had killed a man. Soon after, a man came running to Musa, warning, "The chiefs have decided to kill you. Leave the city at once." Without preparation, Musa fled Egypt. He had no clothes or food for the journey, walking barefoot on the hot sand. Fearing Pharaoh's men might kill him, he kept traveling toward Midian, a region between Egypt and Syria. He traveled for 8 nights, hiding during the day and walking at night. After crossing the desert, Musa reached a place where he rested under a tree. Hungry, thirsty, and exhausted, he saw 2 women watering their sheep from a well. The well had a large stone over its mouth that took 10 men to move. Musa, setting aside his own thirst, went to help the women. With the strength Allah had given him, he moved the stone alone. let them water their flock, and they went home. At home, the women told their elderly father about the stranger's help. The father invited Musa to his home. Musa told him the truth, that he had fled from Egypt because of an accidental killing. The old man offered Musa a place to stay, and proposed that he marry one of his daughters, on the condition that he work for him for 8 years. Musa agreed, as he had no home or acquaintances in that land. Musa married the man's daughter, and served for 10 years. Those 10 years were important in Musa's life. He observed Allah's creation deeply, from sunrise to sunset, and the stars at night. Allah was preparing his mind and heart for prophethood. One day, Musa decided to return to Egypt to see his mother and brother. 10 years had passed since the killing incident, so he felt there was no danger. On the way, he and his family reached Mount Tur. There, Musa saw a fire in the distance and went to get some for warmth. As he approached, he heard a beautiful voice. "O Musa, I am Allah, the Lord of all worlds." Terrified, Musa looked around. The voice said again, "O Musa, what is in your right hand?" Musa replied, trembling, "It is my staff. I lean on it, and with it I beat down branches for my sheep, and I have other uses for it." The voice said, "Throw it down." Musa obeyed, and it turned into a serpent. Musa turned to flee, but the voice said, "Do not fear. Pick it up, and we will restore it to its former state." The snake became his staff again, and Musa's fear left him. Allah then told him, "Put your hand inside your cloak." When Musa withdrew it, it shone with a brilliant light. Allah said, "These are 2 signs from your Lord. Go to Pharaoh and his chiefs. They are rebellious transgressors." Allah assured Musa of his protection and comforted his heart. Musa and Harun went to Pharaoh, delivering Allah's message and calling him to the true faith. Pharaoh mocked Musa, thinking him mad for speaking to him this way. Musa said, "Let the Israelites go with us." Pharaoh refused, saying, "They are my slaves." Pharaoh imprisoned Musa and Harun, and summoned the best magicians to challenge them. The people gathered eagerly to watch the great contest. Musa warned the magicians, "Woe to you! Do not lie against Allah by calling his miracles magic and siding with Pharaoh, for those who lie against Allah will fail." The magicians cast down their ropes and staffs, which appeared as snakes. The crowd gasped, and Pharaoh applauded. Then Musa threw his staff. It became a huge serpent, devouring all the false snakes. The people were astonished. The magicians fell in prostration, declaring, "We believe in the Lord of Musa and Harun." Pharaoh, furious, accused them of conspiring with Musa and threatened them. Musa and Harun left, while Pharaoh returned to his palace, humiliated but still full of rage. The climax came when Musa led the Israelites in flight from Egypt. Pharaoh and his army pursued them. Reaching the sea, the Israelites were trapped. Water ahead, Pharaoh's army behind. The people cried, "O Musa, you have led us to destruction." Musa replied, "My Lord will make a way." Allah commanded Musa to strike the sea with his staff. He did so, and the sea parted, forming a path. The Israelites crossed safely. When Pharaoh and his army tried to follow, Allah commanded the sea to return, drowning them all. But the story did not end there. Allah said in the Quran, "Today we will preserve your body, so that you may be a sign for those who come after you." But indeed, many people are heedless of our signs. And so it was. Pharaoh's body was preserved for all to see.